It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and it'll be Drew Tranquil. He'll get after you every chance he can get on defense. It's the Giants and the Commanders, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
We are just inside the Beltway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from... Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about this Commanders team coming into play here today.
They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first taste here of home cooking.
And what they're hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Giants, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler, and he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. The numbers for him from a week ago: 17 carries, 81 yards.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but he certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7. To the air goes Daniels. He'll get the pin. Oh, right away, he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. Huge, huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Eckler.
He's probably a little angry at himself. It was his fumble, obviously, a moment ago that led to the scoop and score touchdown that has him down early.
And now we find out about the psychology aspect of being a coach. Because when you have a guy who's that's just happened, some people want to take him out of the game immediately. Others say, you know something? Let's feed him the ball again next series and see if he's going to be able to atone for it. Let's see what they decide to do.
And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. Now Daniels.
And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
And one thing we certainly know about Zach Ertz, a high-caliber tight end, still can produce in this league. And if he stays on the field, he'll certainly prove it.
And this one is incomplete.
You talk about this Giant defense.
They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass. You know, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long, because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
and as calm as he tried to present himself. There's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, Zach Wilson.
And he said he was feeling good in the lead up to the season, and he proved it in a big way in week 1 with 4 touchdown passes. Had the offense moving at peak efficiency right at the start of the year. Awfully impressive.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 127 yards, and a score.
So coming off the opener where they established the run and established it well, their goal is to make sure that the trend continues and to serve notice to the rest of the league that they might be a run-first team.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. A first down carry for Barkley. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. The Giants at 1-0 on the year following the win in week 1, and they were able to take care of business in front of their home crowd last week.
Yeah, it's always nice to get that opener at home, but now things get a little bit tougher. The good thing for them, though, is they take a little extra confidence with them when they head out on the road.
Caught, it's Wilson. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And a short gain here, down to the 22. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
To throw is Wilson. And he's got his man. Beckham. Touchdown, Giants. Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's OBJ, Odell Beckham, who ends it with a touchdown reception. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Washington offense heading out. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
From the 31, here's a 2nd down and 9. They go play action. Daniels. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Here's Daniels. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he's taken down inside the 30. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. You've got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Daniels looking to throw. There's a short one pulled in by Simmons. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it's second down. Eckler now between the tackles. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. They'll send Brown in motion right. First down, and they stick with Eckler. And he takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
To throw is Daniels. And he's got his man on the out route. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Daniels from the gun on third down. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Butker on for the PAT. And it's 21-3. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it'll be second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now they'll change things up. Throwing now is Daniels. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Here's Daniel Whelan now. Jabril Peppers is deep for the Giants. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
A handoff, Barkley running left. Just a yard in the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give them a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Now Wilson. And this pass broken up. The contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. And the Giants send out their punter now. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front, and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. Working out of the gun, Daniels. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Now a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Daniels. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. They'll turn things over to Brandon Aubrey now for the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll get the deficit down to 15. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Yeah, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there forcing a loss on that play.
Wilson. Over the middle, complete. That's Ross. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Beckham goes in motion left. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Barkley, inside handoff. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Here's Wilson to throw. Oh, he finds his running back who snuck right down the middle of the field. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Giants are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Butker is... And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. On the return, Marcus Jones from the end zone. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Washington offense set to take over again. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That is Joshua Hines-Allen working his way in for the sack. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Play action, now it's Daniels. Dancing to his left, and he's going to go down again. Joseph Osai. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Up the middle with Eckler. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. And here's Daniel Whelan on now to punt. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Throwing is Wilson. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that's going to bring up second down. Here's Wilson. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. This will be caught just inside the 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Wilson gets this out to Saquon Barkley. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man, Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. Butker's kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. A look around the NFL. We'll have to wait for postgame because we are moving right through halftime and on to the 3rd quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
Open man there is Darnell Washington. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line.
I'll pick up for 44 yards on the play. First down, New York.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material.
Running left, it's Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Now a first carry here for their running back. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And quickly, they get to the line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. So there the defense denies the rookie of his potential first career touchdown.
And his first NFL touchdown celebration. I wonder if he's thought about it, if he has something cooked up in his head as he worked on with his team, and think about the celebration back home when he finally scores his first touchdown.
You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. Let's see what he does.
Well said, sir. Well said.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Wilson fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. We talk a lot about setting the tone. Game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the 3rd quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And the Washington offense going back to work. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. And out across midfield down to the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On the option, here's Eckler. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. It's another first down as this time they get an even 20.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
To the air goes Daniels. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. A quick throw now complete to Ross. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long.
But looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Here is 3rd and quite a ways.
Now it's Wilson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Nifty move. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And that went to the right side and incomplete.
We're going to give out a little applause on that play. It has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing because he just about threw that one into the first row.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down.
Man in motion is Agnew. Now Daniels.
Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
And that's off the right upright, and it bounces away no good. And they will remain well behind.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the... And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Well, now they'll start 3 yards shy of midfield after that long 57-yard miss.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Wilson now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right.
Now a short pass pulled in by Washington.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good, soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
He finds Ross, right side, it's complete.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy who can turn it loose, and boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 3. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
58 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at Commanders Field.
A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. They'll bring a tight end in motion. They get it to him running left. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Barkley.
And Barkley did not get there.
Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback. Washington ready to try again on offense. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Here's Daniels.
And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
This offense so far on 3rd down, it's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 16.
That one is slant to McLaurin.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Daniels going to throw for it.
That's to his running back, complete.
And he's going to be dumped there, but he does have a first down.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 36. Daniels looking to throw. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. To throw is Daniels. This to McLaurin out on the left side. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 18-yard line.
Man in motion is Agnew. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and give it instead to Eckler. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Trailing in the 4th quarter, they felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I looked at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
On the option, here's Eckler. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Austin Eckler with career touchdown number 70. And the Commanders are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead is down to 24. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be covered up by the Giants. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity. Guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
The 1st down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. Now a short pass pulled in by Washington, and he will have a Giants 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Wilson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but That lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to... Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback. So out comes Washington's offense to take over.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Then confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with second and a couple.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 2 yards to go, second down. Throwing now is Daniels.
He's going to let it fly. And now another turnover as this one's intercepted.
And the Giants are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive.
And really a lot of guys you could highlight on this offense with how well they've played, but he's one of them. He's been spectacular so far.
I'd say he'd be the number one, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because it's not just the numbers. It's, as you said, I think you said focal point, but that's what he's been, and that means he's created other opportunities because they've had to bring the defense to him. He's run it really well. He's caught it out of the backfield. They're trying to stop him. That means there are chances for the rest of the guys to do damage themselves.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Wilson wants to throw it.
All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down.
That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's Wilson.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.